Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I am Jim Johns, your Greystone Power Board Chairman. I now call the 2020 annual meeting of the members of the Greystone Power Corporation to order. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we decided to hold our first virtual annual meeting to protect the health of our members and employees. I would now like to introduce you to the members of the Board of Directors, the President, CEO, and Cooperative Attorney, Genevieve Cole, Vice Chair, District 1, Bartow and Paulding Counties, David Hagenow, Secretary-Treasurer, District 3, Douglas and Paulding Counties, John Walton, District 2, Paulding County, Neil Detmering, District 4, Carroll and Douglas Counties, Billy Mayhew, District 5, Carroll and Douglas Counties, Mary Beth Wadsley, District 6, Fulton, Fayette, and Coweta Counties, Milton Jones, District 7, Fulton County, Lucy Andrews, District 9, Cobb County, Gary A. Miller, President CEO, Steve Miner, Cooperative Attorney. It has been determined that a quorum has been met for the meeting through the number of ballots that were received by mail. On behalf of the Board of Directors and employees of your cooperative, Greystone Power, I welcome and thank you for your attendance virtually at our annual meeting. In October of 2021, we hope to see you in person at our new Paulding County headquarters. I have received an affidavit from the U.S. Post Office certifying that the notice of the meeting was sent to every member of the cooperative as of this meeting's record date. I'm going to follow the customary procedure to dispense with the calling of the roll and the reading of the notice of the meeting and the affidavit of mailing. A copy of the minutes of the 2019 annual members meeting was made available to the members on the cooperative's website. On the board election ballot provided to all members through the cooperative's September newsletter, all were provided with the opportunity to approve or disapprove last year's minutes. The Credentials and Election Committee has tabulated the votes and has confirmed that the members have approved the 2019 annual members meeting minutes. I hereby declare the minutes of the 2019 annual members meeting duly approved. It is now time to convene the election of directors. I will call upon Mr. Steve Miner, the Cooperative's attorney, to report on the election of directors.
Thank you, Mr. Johns. The cooperative service area is divided into 9 director districts. This year, directors from Districts 2, 6, and 7 were up for election. The bylaws provide for 2 ways for candidates for the Board of Directors to be nominated. One way is to be nominated by the nominating committee. This year, the committee solicited candidates in the March newsletter, and after reviewing the qualifications of all who expressed interest, the committee nominated John Walton in District 2, Mary Beth Wadsley in District 6, and Milton Jones in District 7. The bylaws also allow candidates to be nominated by a written petition signed by at least 50 members and submitted to the Secretary of the Cooperative at least 100 days before the annual meeting. This year, Mr. Ronnie Sibley, a member who resides in District 2, was nominated by petition. Because of the decision not to conduct an in-person meeting this year, members were mailed ballots so they could vote by mail in all 3 director elections. The ballots were returned to the cooperative's independent auditor, who together with the cooperative's Credentials and Elections Committee, tabulated and certified the results. I would ask that the minutes reflect the following results of the elections. In District 6, Mary Beth Wadsley received a majority of the votes and was declared the winner. In District 7, Milton Jones received a majority of the votes and was declared the winner. And in District 2, John Walton received a majority of the votes and was declared the winner. And now I'd like to turn it back over to Chairman Johns.
At this time, I will call upon Mr. David Hagenow to give the Treasurer's report.
After 84 years in business, Greystone Power Corporation remains in a strong financial position, exceeding the requirements established by our lenders. During the 12 months ending in August of this year, Preliminary reports show that Greystone revenues surpassed $280 million, and the cooperative recorded more than $22 million in net margins. Our largest expense was purchased power, which cost members approximately 72 cents of every dollar paid. Greystone's growth is continuing to improve, with the co-op maintaining an almost 2% rate of growth. We invested more than $28 million in utility plant additions to upgrade our system and improve service reliability through automation. When financially feasible and prudent, your investment in Greystone is returned to you over time in the form of capital credits. Greystone has returned a record $23 million in capital credits to members and former members this year. One of the great benefits of being part of a cooperative is margins coming back to members, typically once a year. This latest fall retirement of capital credits represents margins earned by Greystone during part of 2002 and part of 2019. Including this year, a total of $148.7 million has been returned to our members. Through the Operation Roundup program, more than 26,094 of our members choose to help their neighbors by voluntarily rounding up their power bills to the next dollar each month. During the 12 months ending in August of this year, we have funded $17,500 in scholarships and more than $708,900 in assistance for groups like Sweetwater Mission, Kids Peace, Share House, Special Olympics, Warehouse of Hope, the Good Samaritan Center, Atlanta City Baptist Rescue Mission, CASA of Paulding and Douglas County, Truth in Nature, and so many more. Since Operation Roundup's inception in 1998, Greystone members have given more than $5.8 million to support the program. The members of your board of directors are committed to keeping your electricity as reliable, safe, and affordable as possible. For more information on our finances, members can view the annual report on our website. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hagnow. Now I will call upon Mr. Gary Miller to give the President CEO's report.
Good morning to all of our members tuning in today. We regret that we cannot meet in person to celebrate the 83rd meeting of members for Greystone Power. As Chairman Johns said, due to the uncertainty of the pandemic, we just felt it was best for the health and safety of our members and employees to hold our first virtual annual meeting. Back in March, when COVID-19 was declared a pandemic, your co-op swiftly responded and took steps to reduce the spread and protect our community. I have to commend our employees for how well they adapted to the constantly changing situation. While we directed a significant number of our employees to begin teleworking in March, we continued to be a 24/7 operation. In spite of facing many of the same challenges that our members have experienced during the pandemic, our employees continued to deliver excellent service. We will continue to follow the guidance of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and modify our approach if needed. Years ago, Greystone made a strategic decision to implement disaster planning so that when a pandemic was declared, we had the flexibility to adapt and continue working efficiently. We took steps to maximize social distancing, enhance cleaning measures at our headquarters, and encourage members to take advantage of our many self-service options. Greystone has always worked with our members who struggle to pay their bills, and as the months passed with COVID-19, we knew that more and more of our members were struggling. That is why our board of directors decided to do an early special capital credits return for our members in May. As Mr. Hagenow reported, we returned $23 million in capital credits to our members this year. That included a special $15 million capital credit return on May bills and a fall return of $8 million, with checks being mailed out on October the 1st. It pays to be a member of an electric cooperative. Another way that we've put money back in members' pockets is through our Wallet Watch program, which has returned more than $11 million to members so far this year in the form of bill credits. In many respects, things are still business as usual for Greystone. From our linemen restoring service in the event of a power outage to our leadership team holding strategic planning sessions. We have also continued to follow our cooperative principles, including cooperation among cooperatives. In light of COVID-19, cooperatives that were hit hard by Hurricane Laura faced an even tougher situation. When we received the call for help from Jeff Davis Electric Cooperative in Louisiana, our linemen jumped into action. We sent 2 crews comprised of 16 Greystone linemen that left in late August to assist with power restoration efforts. And 2 weeks later, we sent another set of crews to replace that group and lend a helping hand for another 2 weeks. Our crews faced a terrain that was unlike our service area as they worked to restore catastrophic damage to the co-op's electric grid. We are committed to helping our co-op neighbors in need, and we know that they will do the same for us when disaster strikes. Throughout the pandemic and the difficulties of 2020, we have maintained our focus on making life better in the communities we serve while delivering the J.D. Power award-winning level of service that our members expect. An important development as we plan for the future has been preparing for the move to our new headquarters. If you've driven by the intersection of Highway 92 and Ridge Road in Paulding County recently, you've probably noticed the construction activity. This future site of our headquarters will allow us to better serve members and the community. It sits near the geographic center of our service area, which will allow us to respond quickly to members' needs. At our current headquarters, we have vastly outgrown the space needed to best serve members. We took a campus-style approach to the new headquarters, with separate buildings for administration, operations and engineering, a warehouse, and a vehicle maintenance building. This will allow us to serve members well for years to come. The current Douglasville headquarters will be sold, and the proceeds from that office and the Dallas District office, combined with savings from many years, will mean that Greystone will incur no new debt for this much-needed project. We anticipate serving members at our new headquarters following our move there in early 2021. To better serve members throughout our service area, we continue to add payment kiosks for your convenience. Despite the pandemic, your co-op is still in strong condition. Over the past year, we've had quite a few large commercial accounts choose Greystone as their provider when given the choice between the co-op and another utility. We call these member choice wins, and they have included businesses such as Publix and Amazon, which selected us to serve 3 different Amazon distribution facilities. When we add these large commercial accounts to our membership, it helps to keep rates as low as possible for all of our members. There may be a time when we call on our members to help us keep rates low. As we keep a close watch on regulations related to pole attachments, we may once again need our members' grassroots efforts to help prevent the subsidizing of cable companies' costs. Greystone and other EMCs will make a coordinated effort under the leadership of our statewide organization, Georgia EMC, to block any legislation that may negatively impact our rates for our electric co-op members. We will keep you updated should the need arise for grassroots action. It has been a challenging year for many, but we have much to look forward to in 2021. For our next annual meeting, we expect to go back to an in-person event where we can have the fellowship that our members and employees enjoy. 2021 will be a milestone year for Greystone, as we will be celebrating 85 years of service to our members at our new Paulding County headquarters. I look forward to seeing you at our annual meeting next year. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. We are now at the portion of the meeting which is devoted to unfinished business. There is no unfinished business from last year's meeting. We have 4 questions that have been submitted from the members that will be placed under new business. I will read the submitted questions and also answer them. Member Jane Carroll says, "My account numbers have changed several times through the years, member since 1975. For years I have paid a $25 meter fee on a barn that averages less than $5 a month of electricity. I would like Greystone to consider a change in policy for members that pay for multiple meters. Consider number of years service, age requirement like a senior discount, or a combination of both. Meters have been read electronically for quite a few years. With all the things going on in the world, this would result in a yearly savings of $300. I would still be paying for 1 versus 2 meter fees a month. Thank you for considering this change." In response to that, the $25 service charge that all members see on their bills reflect the fixed operating cost of distributing electricity. Greystone is proud to consistently offer some of the lowest electric rates in the state, according to the Public Service Commission surveys, which can be viewed at psc.ga.gov. Because we are a not-for-profit cooperative, we are focused on providing service at the lowest possible cost to all of our members. If we were to offer a discount to a certain segment of our members, that group would be subsidizing costs for other members. Our next question comes from member Herman Hudson. Would it be possible to use mowers instead of toxic chemicals to keep plant growth in check around the power poles? Some of these chemicals are being sprayed close to members' homes and next to waterways. In response to that question, trees and vegetation are the cause of the majority of our outage time experienced by our members each year. Greystone Power uses a multifaceted approach to reduce these outages, which includes pruning or cutting trees within our right-of-ways, cutting potentially dangerous trees outside of our right-of-way with landowner permission, and spot use of herbicides within the right-of-way to control fast-growing trees and plants that have potential of growing into the power lines. Licensed applicators use non-restricted herbicides approved by the EPA. Our experience has been that this is a more effective method of controlling fast-growing trees and vegetation than mowing. Our next question is from member David Howard. I'm curious why users are charged a $2.50 convenience fee to pay our bills electronically. Paying electronically is a huge cost savings to Greystone and makes life more efficient for both users and Greystone. This is the only company, utility, or commercial I've ever used that tries to charge someone for making an online payment. For me at least, it's not an inconvenience to put a stamp on an envelope and pay by mail, saving me $2 per month. I suggest you consider changing this policy. In response to that question, the convenience fee for one-time payments is charged by our payment processor. Due to Greystone being a not-for-profit cooperative, the members who use that service pay the fee, rather than passing on that cost to all of our members. Fee-free methods of payment include mailing a check, using our payment kiosk, or paying by bank draft or credit card or debit card draft. Members may also pay at our drive-through or drop off their check at the night drop. Our final question is from Keith Bolton, who asks, I have read in previous publications that dividends of millions of dollars are paid out annually to Greystone members. Once the money has been divided amongst the members, the payout is such a small amount you can barely do much with it. I would be willing to forfeit my dividends to break the money into amounts that can actually make a difference in families' lives. I would rather wait 3 to 5 years before I receive any funds to allow for someone else to receive enough money to pay off a car or another small loan. I'm sure there is a way to come up with a fair and just way to make this happen. In the response to that, the amount that members receive from capital credits can vary and is based on the amount of electricity they used for the year or years for which funds are being retired. Because of certain accounting rules and practices, there is no way to place a hold on certain members receiving funds or to apply a member's capital credits to another person's account. We encourage members who would like to help their neighbors to enroll in our Operation Roundup program, which allows them to round up their power bill to the next dollar each month. That extra change goes to help nonprofits in our community and also funds scholarships. Having no further business, I declare that the 2020 Greystone Power Annual Members Meeting is adjourned. Again, I appreciate your attendance here virtually today. If you mailed in a ballot, you were automatically entered into the prize drawings. Our staff will contact you in the next week if you are one of our 50 prize winners.